All right, my friends, I did a video yesterday on my emergency supplies and my preparations, and then I also posted a link to the Home Depot smoking deal on an 800-watt running generator, inverter generator that they're offering for $150 with free shipping. That's a gasoline fed. That's a smoking deal. You should get it without question. A friend, Jeff, had posted this Kodiak Energy Solar Generator, which I just want to take a moment to talk about because I think it's of interest for sure. And for those of you who are looking at inverter generators, I think you'll find this interesting. Now, let me just explain what an inverter is. Basically, what you're doing is you're taking 12-volt DC direct current and you're converting it or inverting it really to 120-volt AC alternating current. And that way you take your, any kind of device, your cell phone, it plugs into your wall socket, essentially. That's 120-volt alternating current. So you can't use a battery, a 12-volt DC battery, to charge directly anything that you use for an appliance at home. It doesn't work like that. It's two completely different voltages. So what you got to do is you got to invert them so they can be like this, if that makes sense. And you need an inverter to do that. So in this case, an inverter generator is actually a little bit different than a typical generator that you have. And the reason for that is because it's a lot lighter, it's a lot quieter, and it's not probably going to give you the same wattage capacity, i.e. you won't be able to run the same loads on it because it's a lot smaller, a lot quieter, and it's a little bit more expensive as well. I mean, you get these Honda freaking inverter generators like $1,000, and they're freaking awesome. But a typical generator that you get the heavy ones that's 6,000 watts. Those are cheap, no other way around that. But an inverter generator where you can actually plug directly your 120-volt appliance, AC volt appliance, you can plug directly into the generator. Because what's literally happening here is you're taking a battery and you're turning the battery on, which is giving you DC, and then there's an inverter in the generator, which allows you to plug directly into it for your 120-volt appliance units. And it's freaking awesome. And you should have one without question. And you keep bring on the go. You'll see guys at the tailgate at a football game with the little Hondas and Yamahas and whatnot is fantastic. Whereas those big generators, you're humping those things. Those are heavy for sure, and those are a little bit different. And the inverter generators are awesome. So the Home Depot one is a smoking deal. You should get. I got one. Don't tell my wife because this will be my third that I had because one is none and two is one. If you know what I'm saying, from emergency preparedness circumstance. You don't just want one because if that one goes kaput, you're in the world of hurt. You want two, and frankly, three is even better. All right, one is none, two is one, and three is for me, is what my man Steve Harris says over at battery1234.com, solar1234.com, and you should listen to that guy and buy all his stuff because that dude is just a genius when it comes to the redneck engineering of how to prepare. All right, so this Jeff has mentioned this one. I want to just go briefly over because I did look it up. I'm not buying it, some because I already have my other ones now. But now this is the inverter generator, and it's only $275, which I was kind of surprised by. But the reason was because it doesn't have the PV panel. You need a photovoltaic panel. And I'm still going to show you why it's worth it if you're going this route. But anyway, so as you got the USB right there. So you got the 12 volt. Now let's go back to that. You got the USB plug, so you can plug your cell phone in. You can plug your laptop. The whole thing. It's just look. I got no problem with this in the least. Not in the least. I want to show you something though. And there's your sweet. There's your AC outlets right there. So basically, what you're doing is you're taking your DC batteries, direct voltage, 12 volts. And you're plugging it to AC. It's inverting it to AC outlets, so you can plug your stuff into there, and you can run a bunch of stuff. In fact, I think they show down here, you can run fans. I mean, how many watts was this guy? 500 watts. So you're not going to run a fridge off that. Probably an ice box or a small, like a dorm fridge. Probably you could run off that. An ice box, again, smaller ones. I'm sure you can run a small dorm fridge. You're not going to run your big, fridge that you got in your kitchen. That's not going to work. Definitely run a bunch of fans. As long as there are no heating elements, fans you can run. You can run your computers. You can run your TV, most likely. Lamps, as long as you don't want to run anything that's a waste. You don't want to run lamps with 100-watt incandescent light bulbs. That's stupid. So you run a lamp like I got here. That's a 6-watt LED light. Absolutely do that. You can recharge your own battery devices, like I showed you yesterday. My rechargeable battery for my emergency tactical flashlight. You can do all that. So this is great. So $275 for that is actually a pretty good price. I was pretty pleased to see that. 288 watt hours, and I can't remember how you figure out how long you can, off the top of my head. I just don't remember how much that is. Does that mean if it's a 288 watts, you can run for an hour? I think that's what it means. 288 watt hours. So if you have 288 watts, you can run it for an hour. So if your dorm fridge is 150 watts, you can run it for roughly about a little bit less than 2 hours, if that makes sense. Now, the issue that you got to contend yourself with is what I was looking at this, and this is why I want to do this video. I didn't see any kind of PV on here, and I said it can't. So what's the photovoltaic? Where's the solar? And you got to buy a solar panel. So total price for everything is $403. I actually think that's not a bad deal, not in the least, in terms of having solar capacity to charge a 500-watt. 288 watt hour inverter generator. I got no problem with that in the least, because what I'm running is I'm running gasoline. If I run out of gasoline, what do? Well, I don't do it. And I do have my own 150 watt PV panel. I can't remember, which I can use in order to recharge my batteries. But in that case, you have to have a charge controller. And I did want to point out something here. So let me type in the question, solar as a solar panel, because I want to show you something. If you are going this route, yeah, right here. Okay. Okay. So if you're going to go this route where you're buying the inverter generator, this Kodiak inverter generator, you need to have a photovoltaic, a solar panel. Okay. So a solar panel to charge it, to turn the sun's wattage into electricity that you can use. And this guy put a great comment on here. He says, solar panel controller just throws a code that basically says there's no battery attached. So with a solar panel, you need this thing called a charge controller. I'm not going to go too deep. I'm not going to go into that at all here today. But with a solar panel, you need a charge controller. And this guy was setting up his solar panel with the charge controller, which is what you're supposed to do. And unfortunately, kept saying there's no battery. In this case, the inverter generator is literally a 12-volt battery is what it is, that we need to charge that battery. It's saying you're not doing it. And he's like, what the heck? So anyway, solar panel controller just throws a code that basically says there's no battery attached. And this is critical, so listen. Their support got in touch with me regarding my solar charging problem and worked with me to figure out what the issue was. Renology, makers of the panel, support was not too helpful. Turns out that these units have a built-in solar charge controller, and the portable panels I had already had a charge controller. He did not need to use the solar charge controller from his solar panel because it was already built into the system, which I thought was pretty cool. I could have rewired the panel to bypass the charge controller, but decided to return for a much smaller portable unit that works better just fine with this. So basically, what I cannot stress enough, he is saying, do not use your charge controller because it's already in there. That's a big deal. So you're going to get this thing. You can say, I got my solar panel stuff with my charge controllers and all that, so I can, as you may be accustomed to, and you might not be, but you don't need to do that because it's already in the inverter generator. In fact, these guys, I think they sell so I don't see it. Yeah, so they're going to sell the battery bank, essentially what it is. They're going to sell the hookup, and they're going to sell the solar PV panel to charge it. And again, you don't need, it looks like they're not saying a charge controller there, so you don't need the charge controller. It's all inclusive. So in this case, it's $403, man. For all that, if I had some money, I'd do it. Absolutely. I mean, I think you need it without question. I'm a big fan of it. Do I think solar PV is going to take over the world? I absolutely do not. No way, no how. Do I think wind is, I like solar. I can't stand wind, but I do like solar for sure. But we're not going to live the society that we're accustomed to with solar panels on your rooftops. It's just not going to happen. Do I think solar plays a role in self-sufficiency? 100%. Should more people use solar? Absolutely. Should you use solar to reduce your electricity costs? Absolutely. I got no problem with that. I'm not anti-solar. I am thinking solar and wind are going to take over. It's not going to happen. And this idea that it's going to happen just makes solar put more and more on the defensive, because when people see the reality of how photovoltaic works, they say, oh, it's been a big fat lie this whole time, which it has been. It plays a role, but it will not dominate natural gas, nuclear, or oil or coal. All right. And also I want to show something else too. Someone said, how long does it take to charge with a solar panel? And 100, I think it was 100 watt. I think they said it took 10 hours. Let's see. I think how long to charge? Let's see what they say. How long does it take to charge? And I think you actually can plug it into the outlet on your wall, which is any battery you can. That's what I do. I mean, I have my Schumacher battery charger, which I just plug into my, I basically take the alligator clips, plug them on the battery terminals, plug that into the Schumacher battery charger, plug it in the wall, and it charges just like that. And this thing will have the same thing. So you can use the wall charger to charge it for sure. Let's see. And I saw something that said it took about 10 hours with a solar panel. That seems a little bit long. It seems a little bit slow to me. I mean, that seemed high to me, but I don't know. But anyway, someone said it took 10 hours to charge with a solar panel. I'm not going to be able to find that comment. Dual charging means you can use the solar panel plus, a 120 watt outlet from your AC, which is pretty sweet. Let's see, Ford attached. So this guy says to charge it for the sun, I attached 100 watt, 18 volt flexible solar panel, which fully charges in 4 hours. Runs fans, lights for 6 or 7 hour. Charges phone, laptop, anything under 500 watts. Yeah, exactly. So don't do anything more than 500 watts. It doesn't make sense. Do your laptop, do your phone, do your fan. You run some lights, that's fine. But you're not going to get a big use out of this for a basic appliance. And in fact, I'd even say your dorm fridge probably work okay, but it's not going to work long. But at least you can get it cooled up. So basically, you say, okay, got my dorm fridge, need to cool it up for a little bit, plug it into this guy, get some cooling air going through there. Absolutely. Wait an hour, take it off and recharge or something like that. Or, all kinds of things you can do for sure. But I like it. So for $407 or so to get the panel, the connector, and and just a 500 watt inverter generator of itself is not a bad deal for $275. I mean, again, it can be charged. It won't be charged with gasoline. It can be charged with your outlet on your wall. It can be charged with solar. And that's, I'm a fan. So I definitely think this would be something you should buy. All right. If you have comments or have thoughts on this, love to hear them. Put in the show notes for sure. Again, if you buy through my link, I do get paid. I get paid 4% on $200. So I'm getting rich, my friends. But looks pretty good to me. And I think it's something worthwhile. So we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below. Thanks now.